Hello, dear friends. You're welcome to today's program, Time Out with EE Gifts. Time Out is a program where I discuss issues related to marriage, relationship, and career. And today I'll be sharing with you a vital topic on how to build trust in your marriage. I tell you, whatever you're going to hear from me today is something you're conversant with. Yes, you already know it. But the problem is that most times we fail to apply what we know in our marriages. We fail to apply the acquired knowledge in our marriages. That is why marriages are handicapped. That is why most marriages are suffering today. So it is expedient to know that trust is like a glass. Once it's broken, it will never remain the same. Knowing that marriage is a lifetime commitment, there is a need to apply every necessities needed to sustain your relationship. There was some time I attended a webinar, and the facilitator made mention of something. He said, if there is no trust, there is no relationship. Actually, some people disputed it and some people agreed to his concepts. But the truth is that every relationship is built on trust. Every relationship is embedded on trust. From our findings, I come to discover that if there is no trust between you and your spouse, your relationship will be full of stress. I tell you, your relationship will be full of doubts. It will be full of suspicions. At all points, you want to find out what your partner has done wrong. And before you know it, you'll be frustrated. And remember, your life is so precious to allow frustration to creep into your marriage. Now, at this point, I want us to focus on how to build trust in your marriage and your relationship. To be sincere, trust is never primary. One of the mistakes couples do is to impose trust on their partner. They beg for trust. I've seen in a situation whereby the husband was like, don't you trust me? Dear, you mean we've been in this relationship for 5 years and you still don't trust me? And some go to the extent of promising their partner, don't worry, I will trust you. No, trust doesn't work that way. Trust is secondary. It only comes if you're able to follow the laid principles. Okay? You have to be committed in working for it. Now, I want us to look closely at these few tips I'm going to give to you. Please, if you're single and you're listening to me, I want you to take this very, very serious. It's going to help your relationship. Okay? So, building trust requires being transparent. What do I mean by this? There is every need for partners to be open to each other. Okay? No hidden agenda. I've seen in many homes whereby the husband keeps a lot of secrets from the wives, vice versa. Okay? If you actually want to build an trust, be open to share your feelings, be open to share your emotions, be open to share your thoughts and ideas with your spouse. Oh yes, and most times these feelings and emotions can be negative, okay? But I would like to advise couples, please, whenever you have conflicts, whenever you have differences in your marriage, do not use this negative sharings against your partner because it will cause more damage than good. Okay? So learn to be open to yourselves. In that, you'll be able to gain trust. Then secondly, be honest always. Couples, be honest always. Oh my God. Some husbands can lie. Some wives can lie to themselves. So where are you heading to? You cannot build trust by lying to yourselves because truth is a foundation of trust. If you're caught lying to your partner, look at what happens. If your partner have ever trusted you in the past few years, and he or she caught you lying, do you know what happens? The level of trust will definitely diminish. There is no true way about it. Yes, you might be a man or woman of integrity. You might be a bishop. You might be a pastor. But you see, this atom of lie can diminish the level of trust your partner have for you. So we have to be very, very careful. Okay, I've seen some scenarios whereby the husband or the wife just call to check on their spouse because they've been away from home for some number of hours. And guess what happened? They simply lie that they are in a meeting or in a gathering while they are hanging out with their friends. But sometimes our instincts don't lie. Sometimes your partner might actually know you're lying, but he might not just put it up to you. He might just be calm about it. So we have to be careful so we don't destroy our relationships. In a nutshell, I would say good character aids to build trusts, which includes being honest, showing care and love, being loyal to your spouse, not being selfish, and all the rest of them. If you actually want your partner to trust you and you want to earn trust, do you know what you do? You ought to be trustworthy yourself. In conclusion, building trusts is a commitment that should be done on a daily basis because it takes time to build and it takes time to earn trusts. Okay, so if you're in here listening to me and your trust have been breached as a result of one thing or the other in your marriage, please do not worry. Trust can be rebuilt. Yes, I assure you. But it can take time. I have to tell you the truth. In our next session, I'll be sharing on how you can rebuild trust in your marriage and in your relationship. So right now, I want us to focus on shaping our characters positively. It matters a lot. Most single rush into marriage without shaping their characters, without focusing and building their character. In fact, that is where the problem comes from. If the both parties are able to build and mold their character rightly, I tell you, our marriages will be so glaring. Our marriages will be so happy. So I want you to pause a while for a moment. Evaluate your lifestyle. Evaluate your character as a husband. Ask yourself, are you actually a good husband to your wife? Yes, you might be complaining. Your wife is not loyal to you. Your wife is being disrespectful. But she has not been like that all the while. Ask yourself one question. What is it you have done that have changed her character? Because actually, your behavior might have affected her response. So let's tell ourselves the gospel truth. Likewise, the wives also. Are you a good wife to your husband? Can your husband testify to it? So let's check our lives independently. And I would like to thank you all for being a part of this program and listening ears to this program. If you think you find this very informative, please do not listen alone. Share with your friends, share with your family members that are married, even the single ones, so we can build a happy home together. Thank you very much. And watch out for the next phase, how to rebuild trust in your marriage and relationship.